There's a need for us to understand what we have to do with lands or land titles before we venture into buying of lands. So in this series, my plan is to bring you educational content on the different land titles we have here in Lagos, Nigeria. I am Bridget Augustus from Property Consult, Nigeria, and my job is to bring you the very best of real estate investments here in Lagos, Nigeria. And without further ado, I would want to quickly talk about the two types of lands we have here in Lagos. We have the government acquisition and we have the freehold. When we talk about the government acquisition, we're talking about the committed acquisition and the global acquisition. I repeat, we have the committed acquisition and the global acquisition. The committed acquisition have to do with lands that are naturally of government interest. These are lands that are acquired by the government, and they are acquired for the reasons of schools, of public facilities like schools, like hospitals, like police stations, and the rest, canals, drainages, and all that. While we also have the global acquisition. Global acquisition have to do with lands that have been acquired by the government for no stated purposes, which simply means over time, as development begin to hit those areas, the government will now know what they want to do with those lands. On the other hand, if they don't have any plans for the lands, they release the lands to the owners of the community through a process called ratification. On the other hand, we have the lands that are freehold. Freehold are lands that are owned by individuals without any government encumbrances, which simply means government does not have a stake or a hand on those lands. Government have nothing whatsoever to do with those lands. Okay, so don't forget what we've learned today, because I really want to make these videos very short. Today we've learned about the committed lands, committed acquisition, which have to do with the lands that are owned by the government for purposes. Then we also have the global acquisition, which have to do with lands that are owned by the government but for no stated purposes. Then we have the freehold, which is the land owned by the original owners and which are free. These lands have been released fully by the government. Don't forget, every land on earth. So we have the ones that are free and we have the ones that are government acquisition. So for the freehold, they are free. It simply means government says, I don't have anything to do with this land whatsoever. So it's your land to keep. All right. So subsequently, I'm going to be giving you more educational content for you to know what are the things I need to watch out for before I buy a land. What are those things? What are those documents? And what must I know concerning a land? There are many terms when it comes to using of lands. I was going to delve deep into this. I'm sure you've heard of gazette, you've heard of accession, you've heard of you've heard of registered survey, you've heard of several land titles. So gradually we'll begin to delve into this land. Don't forget to, if you know you want to get more educational content and you want to follow through for you to understand what lands are all about and the different titles of lands, and I want to encourage you to subscribe to this channel. Click the notification bell, so once I post a video, you will be the first to be notified. My name remains Bridget Augustus from Property Consult, Nigeria, and my job, like I said, is to bring you the best, the very best of real estate investments here in Lagos, Nigeria. Do stay tuned to this channel as I bring many more contents your way. God bless you.